We all grew up on the same little corner, on the same little block of the same little town. Life offered everything needed to keep us down. Don't have to look for trouble, it's just around. We found some peace though when the summer breeze would blow, and we'd climb the apricot trees and eat slow, and talk about all of the places that we'd go, and what it'd feel like when we bought our mom a dream home. Man, what I could do if I got in that position, the chance to make a difference when the whole world listens. They used to laugh and say that I was a dreamer. I was never mad, cause deep down inside I never believed that I could do it either. I used to watch the tumbleweeds leave my neighborhood. They never turned back, passing through the trees beneath us. And then I watched one disappear and it was understood exactly just what I had to do to achieve it. Packing my bags was the hardest thing I ever did. Felt like I was turning my back on the past. Well, I chased the future, but I gotta take a chance on me, and that's what it is. And I pray that one day you'll do the same, that you believe it. And that time will shorten the distance of this dirt beneath us, and that you get to live the dreams that you used to speak of, and that you never give in when life starts to beat up, and that you don't get caught up when the streets heat up. They told me never turn your back to the ones who really need you, and you always stay your path even when down seems up. They can't break us with the amount of love we got. There's plenty to share. Bring your fountain cup. The very first time that I looked in your eyes, something changed inside of me for the rest of my life. I had to protect you, shield you from all of the bad the world had to offer, learn how to be a good dad. It's the most important job that I've ever had, and will, and it makes me sad inside, cause the world that you live in is ill. I still feel it could be changed, maybe you'll be the one to do it. I promise I'll always be a positive influence and never steer you wrong, no matter how out of control it all gets. I'll pick you up, I'll battle the world for you.
Save the day. I'll be a superhero. I'll catch it before it crashes. I'm never gonna come down landing. Only gonna go up, only gonna go up. My hands in the clouds. I don't see the ground, and it may come crashing down on me one day, but my hands in the clouds. I don't see the ground, crashing down on me one day, but not now.
There will come a day when you wanna fly away. You were born to fly, no matter how much I want you to stay. Just remember, anything you want, you can have it. Don't be afraid to work hard at it. People come and go, hard times do the same. Stay true to yourself, the illusion is plain. Life is beautiful, sometimes life is pain. Just remember, you're never alone in the rain. Know that.
I'll be a superhero. I'll catch it before it crashes. I'm never gonna come down landing. Only gonna go up, only gonna go up. My hands in the clouds. I don't see the ground, and it may come crashing down on me one day, but my hands in the clouds. I don't see the ground, and it may come crashing down on me one day, but not now.
She abandoned me, left me out in the cold. No surprises, I guess that's how it goes. Sits across from me, at a booth in this dive. I contemplate how much more I can survive, but I'm alive, so I should be content. Then tell why the hell my whole world is bent. I was sent to make you frustrate the population, in between the alcohol and the copulation. What you call it, if you build it, I will break it. what's wrong? How you doing? Nah, save it. Gave it a fraction of all I had to give. I guess I hold the grudge, cause you still got my rib with your beautiful eyes, unscrupulous lies. Now watch the circus clown run around in circles and try. Seems like all I get to eat is hope. Girl, if we got along better, we'd be dope. For as much as I complain, I'm loving it. And I only mention it so that I can rub it in. Wake up to the sunlight, shake off last night, check what's left and try to get the rest right. Decision splitting, headache lifting, symptoms matching. Mama was afraid of it. Knowledge of self ain't as evil as they made it. Call it what you want, if you build it they will break it. The plain truth, there's no substitute. But sometimes she wears a disguise, yes she do. A storyteller deals with life, not hope. Girl, if we got along better, we'd be dope. And that's the sound that a dog will make when he's just been hit by a car. And that's the tone that hits close to home when the cocaine outlives the star. And that's the noise that disrupts the boys when the cue ball smacks its gold. And these are the words that disturb the earth when I walk away with your hope.
What's the haps?
I don't know.
I know, right?
What?
It's just like, you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Oh my god, you don't even know.
You're right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's it. End of story.
Great. Bye.
Hey man, what's your problem?
What's my problem? I don't like the way that you're talking to me, but I don't really mind what you're saying. My back will be turned to the words that you speak until you find a way to properly convey them. I don't like the way that you're talking to me, but I don't really mind what you're saying. Back turned to the words that you speak until you find a way to properly convey them.
People! The way that you talk is often so very embarrassing. It's time that it stopped. Our generation sounds like a bunch of dumb kids who grew up but still talk like a bunch of dumb kids. It's time that we unite. It's time that we fight deterioration of our communication tonight. I call upon us all to stand tall in our hearts and stop talking like morons. Here's where we start. When typing, email, please be aware that there are 3 different forms of the word pronounced there. And if you dare misuse one in a letter, beware, I will delete you from my friends list like I just don't care. The first is spelled T-H-E-Y''R-E. It's a contraction of the noun they and the verb are, you see. T-H-E-I-R is a possessive pronoun when you want to say that they possess it or it belongs to them. And T-H-E-R-E is an adverb with direction, which oftentimes is used to modify a preposition. With practice you can learn to use all 3 in a sentence. For example, they're in there with their bear. There, I said it. The thing I hate most that gets me so pissed are people, adults, who talk like this, like everything's a question, with such indecision. You sound like a little kid, speak with some conviction. And speaking of questions, you need an announce one by stating the word first before you pop out one. Cause when you say, question, what is the story? I'll reply, answer, that is annoying. And like, please don't overuse the word like, unless you're like 10 and like talking about your new bike. Like is an adverb, it's used to compare things. Like when you say like so much you sound like a prom queen. You know what I mean, you know what I mean. Stop asking me that, I'll stop and ask if need be. And please don't reply with, that's what I'm talking about, when I'm talking, cause actually, that's what I'm talking about. Please refrain from typing messages in all caps. Please cease abbreviating happening to haps. Stop with the fake words like guesstimates and factoids. And never use more than one exclamation point. Enough with the quote fingers, I get it. The tone of your voice and your choice of expression alone should suffice to imply that you're being sarcastic. You're only slowing down a boring story with a hand trick. And you gotta stop using the word gay the way you describe a dislike. Like when you say, that's such a gay car, the song is so gay. Are you in middle school, you little fool? At your age, okay? Enunciate, articulate, and say what you mean. And speak up so I can hear you, but you don't need to scream. Don't talk with your mouth full and don't interrupt me. And if you say, end of story, then I will leave abruptly. All of these lazy and unnecessary phrases make it seem so very dated, almost as we're half our ages. Try to make a change and maybe then in the end, we can be friends. But until then, I don't like the way that you're talking to me, but I don't really mind what you're saying. My back will be turned to the words that you speak until you find a way to properly convey them. I don't like the way that you're talking to me, but I don't really mind what you're saying. Back turned to the words that you speak until you find a way to properly convey them.
Sitting on a futon mat in a squad in Darmstadt, Kevin's second said to me in passing, "Oh, age never meant shit to me. It's all about heart and stupidity. Taught that there's no better way to live." We were on the steps in Borno. She bit my lip and choked my throat. A highball glass shattered above our heads. It seemed her lover listened through the walls while we were kissing arm in arm. Left and spent the night alone instead. I couldn't tell you, dear, which one whispers in my ear, the devil or St. Andrew, but I know it's time to go. Sure, you got a great theory, if I'm hunting something or it's hunting me. No, there ain't no right way to measure the glow. Oh no, oh no. You dream of a dream of it too. Roads that are endless and rooms that are huge. These visions of heaven or nightmares I'm living. All I know's I'm scared of the truth. And if the world could end very soon, and all we've accomplished is move, coat the carpet in gasoline, strike our last match and before the whole house is consumed. So I cover my hand in tattoos. I'll kiss any woman that moves. There's no Lord to forgive me and physics is tricky, so all that I'm left with is you. It's all that I'm left with is you. It's all that I'm left with is you. I couldn't tell you, dear, which one whispers in my ear, devil or St. Andrew, but I know it's time to go. Sure, you got a great theory, from hunting something or it's hunting me. No, there ain't no right way to measure the glow. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
She goes to bed early and he goes to bed late, and it's been that way for weeks now. She ain't tired and he's a dead weight. Her room's cold as she stares the screen down. Her bed's warm so she kicks her feet out. Through the wall she can hear the ad spray. She's half awake and he's half asleep. She floats through the depths of his headspace, and the bed frame sings out. As he lays she pretends she's asleep. He pretends he believes her. He can tell by the way that she breathes that she isn't. So they lie in the darkness. Sad thoughts fill the air like birthday balloons. Says they run away to separate dreams now. Back to back 10 paces at noon. And she don't know that he knows it's over. Over. And he don't know that she knows it's over. Over. They don't fight much, tongue full of bite marks, eyes full of tired smiles, stay drawn on. Four long figures passing the hallway, no words exchanged and no foreplay. No further games, it has all changed, and the floor stays made out of eggshell. Every question's a riddle. Once they have met in the middle, make camp on the edge now. There's a river in between them, and it's picking up speed as it deepens. They don't know where it'll sweep them, afraid of knowing they don't wanna get their feet wet, so they keep the same secret. They don't know the other has the same one too. Only free when they're dreaming. Back to back 10 paces at noon.
Draw your line in the sand. There's no right side to stand. over. And now that space in between seems so far, so far. One little word, it could bring that closure. Over.
What a hell of a way to make a living.
Dialed up his homie Murph's on the telephone. He's gotta talk to somebody who can tell him what the hell is wrong. Brain freezing up, he don't know what to do. But the people that know him know that it ain't nothing new. catch 5 rings, then an answering machine. Hang up on the beat, stare up towards the ceiling. Stood up to remember that he slept fully dressed, so he grabbed his keys and put a hat on his rat's nest. Stepped up to that pig outside. Somebody once said today's a good day to die, but he never really was a big fan of their work. So he starts up the walk by kicking sand in the dirt. A friend to the stranger, a stranger to friends. He'll take a coffee and a pack of cigarettes. When you have a minute, handle it. Paid up, the change you keep it. He's a sucker for the morning smile and summer cleavage. If you knew him better, he'd ask for some time, cause he's looking for a reservoir to empty his mind. And there's only so much he can put in the song. Gotta talk to somebody who can tell him what the hell is wrong. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. No shock value to titillate, far from shallow. So get it straight, blacktop, sidewalk, in the street. Cause life is priceless and talk is cheap. And as he sits in his four-cornered room, following a tune, born to consume, carefully learning and analyzing the lyrics you use, finally realizing that humility is a bruise. Scared love don't make none. If these walls could speak, they would peep about the fake ones. Watching this man falling off of this plan, underachieving just so he can understand. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. So who did your tattoos? That's nice. And who built your taboos? That's life. If he had a glass pipe, he would smash it and use it to slash his wrists. Someone already beat him to it. He would finger paint you a picture with his blood. A self-portrait, dramatic and morbid, but the odds of you finding any appreciation are too slim. Keeps his outlook grim. Tap his foot to the rhythm of original sin. Throw his balls to the wind, trying to knock down these pins. He'll keep swinging from the hair above his chin till he finds his soul in the 50-cent bin. The price of the payphone escalates. Fake smile when he takes home one of his dates. He could write another hate poem for you to break, or maybe stay calm and wait for that big earthquake. Still surrounded by the fire and the water, still trying to honor this empire's daughter, still answering questions you're afraid to ask, still believing that God's gonna save his ass. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. And this house has got a lot of walls, but only very few mean anything to you. And if you knew him better, he would ask for some time, cause he's looking for a reservoir to empty his mind. And there's only so much he can put in the song. He's gotta talk to somebody who can tell him what the hell is wrong.
Girl was like, motherfucker, you have a lot of walls and you don't like show people shit. Don't mistake that. Don't mistake that, I just don't like motherfuckers. Haven't met too many motherfuckers I like. You one of them. I hope that's enough.
One, two. She was only 15 in love with bad R&B. She had to have vision cause she saw the star in me. Encouraged me to write about the drama in my life. To most I seemed strange, like something wasn't right. I used to fall a victim to the lunchroom comedians. Something like an outcast, started smoking weed and then I sort of fell into my own. Kinda felt at home when behind the microphone, but on the bus ride home that didn't mean a thing. Harassed by the thugs on the corners they would hang. I got banged on, I got beat down, carrying a golf club, walking up the street now. They respect me, they call me crazy, at least I'm not getting punked out on the daily. And when I look back, I wouldn't change a thing at all. Where you think I found this strength that I'm speaking to y'all? Your hopes and your dreams and your hate and your lies. From the old and the wise to the young as they fly. When I die, God is love and hating is Satan. Zen type patience got me sitting here waiting on the day when it's okay to love, when black men won't pretend that they are thugs, when teachers and doctors are treated like celebrities. You can get a job even if you got a felony. Check out my melody, let's live in harmony. We in this together, no man has autonomy. No man is an island immune to the violence. This rat race is no place to raise a child in. What's wrong with smiling? What's wrong with peace? What's wrong with squashing beef before they label you deceased? Swallow your pride before you choke on your issues. I know you got family and folks that'll miss you, so don't misuse this gift you've been given. This life's but a dream, we are blessed to be living. Your hopes and your dreams and your hate and your lies. From the old and the wise to the young as they fly. When I die. And basically, man, I'm just a dude that tries to do right. You know, I try to make my tomorrows better than my yesterdays, without hurting anyone else in the process. Cause if you leave the world a better place than it was when you got here, then we all win. Now there's birth and there's death, but the space in between is where the journey takes place. And you give it all meaning. It's waiting on us all, there's no need to pretend. No freedom in the feeling where you fearing the end. All good things come to it. Walk, don't run to it. Times you wanna end it all yourself, don't do it. Be original, be different, be the one to stand up and shock this system. Your hopes and your dreams and your hate and your lies. From the old and the wise to the young as they fly. When I die, I'll take everything. In this life, I'll join everyone, 'cause all men die.
Never had much to say, travel alone with no friends. Like a shadow goes the donkey anywhere. Never had much to say, travel alone with no friends. Like a shadow goes the donkey anywhere.
I never had that much to say as a young kid, caught up in a broken social scene doing dumb shit. Running wild as a solitary stepping stone, something out of a movie we hadn't left alone. And I could see it as it gained strength, so then I left and put my feet up on the pavement. It probably led to this feeling of my confinement, no less appealing than stealing from my retirement. And at that point I could only learn to let go, set goals, itching for a moment to impress those individual images of imprisonment. Send them in for a minute but no more visitors. I need to call it in before it passes me. It's feeding off the limbs, doing it so naturally. I'll fight it till I physically cannot walk. Blast off into the night, a hostage standoff.
Never had much to say, travel alone with no friends. Like a shadow goes the donkey anywhere. Never had much to say, travel alone with no friends. Like a shadow goes the donkey anywhere.
And now
I'm speaking on behalf of my past life, a fast life, slow death protected by a flashlight. Boarding up the doors, I don't wanna see his face. I'm forcing out the storm, telling it to leave this place. It's a ghost town, desolate and broke down. Sold out shows for a skeleton that's coked out. Pour another brown liquor flavored memory. Burnt bridge diaries with suicidal tendencies. Within that short lifespan of many batteries. Sadly enough, it was something that heaven had to see. In exile, walking towards that next mile, provoking conclusions and withering down his death smiles. As time keeps moving on, it'll pass him. The final episode is just a meaningless distraction. I never had that much to say until right now. The forecast will never change and it's lights out.
Like a shadow that goes down anyway. Never had much to say, travel alone with no friend. Like a shadow that goes down anyway. Never had much to say, travel alone with no friend. Like a shadow that goes down anyway. Never had much to say. Travel alone with no friends, like a shadow that goes down.
It's the heat, the hot shit your bump set fire to attract. So what you want is the heat. Get burned by the beat, the music that's blazing up and down the street is the heat. The hot shit your bump set fire to attract. So what you want is the heat. Get burned by the beat, the music that's blazing up and down the street.
I run tracks from speaking to keep the party freaking. We keep it hot while you others heat seeking. Stop, drop, and roll, cause I'm out of control. If I'm the equator, you're just the North Pole. Flip like a skill doing tricks when I talk, cause you're an amateur and I'm Tony Hawk. Flash like a camera, you strut when you walk, but can't handle my stamina, my full out of salt. Caught a lot of MCs who talk about the ice. I talk about my fire cause it ain't nothing nice. You can't entice ugly like Janarino. Spice up the track, so call me jalapeno. Step on the stage, turn the mics into ash. My words on a page is equivalent to cash. My tongue's a trigger figure, none can test the flows. I compose in the lab when I grab a pen and pad, I do shows. And I rock with the pros. I spit flames like my breast propane. See those that oppose, feel my ill technique. I make sure you know that I got the heat.
It's the heat, the hot shit your bump set fire to attract. So what you want is the heat. Get burned by the beat, the music that's blazing up and down the street is the heat. The hot shit your bump set fire to attract. So what you want is the heat. Get burned by the beat, the music that's blazing up and down the street.
It's the heat. Yo, I'm a volcano when I'm blowing up. My flow's lava staying hot in the cut. You get stuck like you're frozen in tracks, cause this heat is too hot for the needle on wax. I keep it blazing to the max, burn backs. I'm spitting fire out my mouth like a dragon, but this temperature is high. Speaking words of wisdom, it's wisdom in my words. I'm the cool slick lunatic, I'm blowing up the suburbs. Kid is raw, I'm coming raw this year. I turned it up so I'm coming in clear. Feel what I say cause the truth might hurt ya. I play no games on the mic, it's like a murder. Be verbally serving, the lyrics perfectly worded with purpose burdening with burgundy stains like it's a surgery. Certainly when I'm on stage, they'll close the curtain. Streets say it pays the hustle, I raise the dumb. See I'm working overtime for a nickel and a dime. You know I'm making sense, the expensive with the mine. I'm getting paid to play cause I display fat joint. You wrote to spray with raid by the sense you can't fade. It's radio escalated, saw how you look afraid. You can't get past me like a trooper's barricade. Serenade a track, come back and hit you harder. You couldn't get the price right if you were Bob Barker. Clothes go like diamonds in a tube, up the ride. So wear a life jacket if you dare to even try. First multiply so you square what I supply. You better do the math if you think you're gonna apply.
It's the heat, the hot shit your bump set fire to attract. So what you want is the heat. Get burned by the beat, the music that's blazing up and down the street is the heat. The hot shit your bump set fire to attract. So what you want is the heat. Get burned by the beat, the music that's blazing up and down the street. It's the heat. It's the heat. the beat. The music that's blazing up and down the street is the heat. The hot shit you bump set right to attract. So what you want is the heat. Getting burned by the beat. The music that's blazing up and down the street is the heat.
Sun and the rain, one and the same builder, destroyer, bewildered, enlightened and filtered, impure virgin, lover and fighter, undiscovered, the wrongdoer and the writer, survivor and casualty, tenderness, brutality, wicked and pious, bias and neutrality, fire and water, hotter and colder, the object of affection in the eye of the beholder. Alpha and Omega, judge, jury, executioner, straight line and cycle, Michael and Lucifer, broken and flawless, lawless and under control, lessons and increases, pieces in the whole entire thing. Prophet and profiteer, the victor and the loser, victim and abuser, the accused and the accuser, positive, negative, the alien and native, terrifying, seductive, destructive and creative, fighter and recipient, master and slave, observer, participant, disciplined, depraved, brave and afraid, prisoner and jailer, covered up, undressed, success and failure, legend and unknown, daydreamer, sleepwalker, amnesiac, soothsayer, truth teller, sweet talker, young and the old, mistake maker, good person, scarecrow, jet setter, gets better, could worsen, much more, lie less, porter and contrarian, routine and improvised, civilized, barbarian, beginner and expert, believer and skeptic, peripheral and central, the gentle and hectic, whisper, screamer, drifter and dreamer, weak and indestructible, virtuous, corruptible, worked and hated, timeless and dated, focused and faded, disgraced and happy and unsatisfied, in a crowd and all alone, scared as hell, parallel universe to call our own, taking it with me, supplying and deprived, alone in our own beds, dying and alive. Two places at the same time, under and above, and in between, wondering and love, unanswered questions, the truth in our heart of hearts, never and always, together and far apart. Two places at the same time, under and above, and in between, wondering and love, unanswered questions, the truth in our heart of hearts, never and always, together and far apart. Two places at the same time, under and above, and in between, wondering and love, unanswered questions, the truth in our heart of hearts, never and always, together and far apart. Two places at the same time, under and above, and in between, wondering and love, unanswered questions, the truth in our heart of hearts, never and always, together and far apart. Ain't no way to explain or say how painful the hangover was today. In front of the toilet, hands and knees, trying to breathe in between the dry heaves. My baby made me some coffee, afraid that if I drink some, it's probably coming right back out me. Couple of Advil, relax and chill at a